So for creating a fast API project, I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to call it as my first fast API project. And then I'm going to open this folder in VS Code. So now I'm going to open a new terminal. And in the terminal, I'm going to actually create a virtual environment with this command python m venv. After the virtual environment is created, I'm gonna have to activate it. For that, there's a series of steps. First, we need to move into the newly created environment variable folder. So inside that, I'm going to use a backslash. We basically want to go into this script folder. So I'm going to use a backslash or an S and tab, and then activating it will require me to use A and tab, which will run the activate command. So once it is activated, I'm going to install the dependencies that I need. So I'm going to install FastAPI and Uvicorn. Once these dependencies are downloaded, I'm going to clear the terminal first, and then I'm going to create a new folder inside, and I'm going to call it as first FastAPI project. Okay, so inside this folder, I'm going to create a new file and I'm going to call it as main.py. This is going to be our file where we are going to keep our API and backend logic. So first I'm going to import fast API. After that, I'm going to be initializing the app. Then I'm going to create one small endpoint with the @app annotation. And I'm going to use the get method. And this is going to be the home or just slash. Then I'm going to define one function over here. And I'm going to return one simple hello world message in this endpoint. Or we can do one thing better. We can actually return a JSON from over here. So it looks nice when we get the response. Now I'm going to head back to the root folder of my project. Now we need to just run the project, for which I'm going to use the command uvicorn main :app dash dash reload. This is the command for standard Uvicorn and FastAPI project. If you are wondering what Uvicorn is, it is a project management tool. And good thing about FastAPI is that it comes bundled with Swagger docs. You can access it with slash docs. Herein you can see we can test our endpoint. Let us create one another endpoint with a post request. So I'm going to call it as slash greeting. And what we are going to do is we are going to accept the name of the user or any string, and then we are going to greet that particular user. So I'm going to call this function as greet user, and we are going to return an f string which will have welcome user. Okay, we have not yet defined the user, so let me go inside this parentheses and ask for user, and this user is going to be of type string, so str. So this is done. Let me save it and let me reload real quick so we get it. Then if we go to try it out and click on send, we get this message: welcome Suyesh. So this is how you can set up your fast API project.